There's a lot of people here for you today in the morning.
How are you doing?
So are you ready to get serious?
Yeah, sounds threatening.
So, I was told that the fans love to ask questions.
Yes.
So, that as moderator, I should only ask a couple of questions. So I'm just going to ask a couple of questions, and then we're going to open it up
Lots
to
of
questions.
rules.
So I'm a longtime fan, huge Whovian, and then when you debuted as Rose Tyler, so happy, it was awesome. And my favorite run of Doctor Who, including going back to the 60s, because I'm a nerd. Who's a nerd here? So anyway, so I was trying to catch up on the latest news for you. And so it looks like you wrote and directed. Is that your first feature?
Yes, I just, well, I'm in post-production right now. I think we should be done by the end of the month, yeah.
And you also starred.
Yeah, I was in it as well. Major control freak. Yeah, I mean, that part was possibly an oversight, but yeah, I was pregnant as well.
Yeah, right? You just had a kid in January.
I did, yeah.
That's a lot. Wow.
Yeah.
So, and
I feel so bad, like I've got my back to you guys. I'm just gonna open this up.
so you and David Thewlis,
Yes,
who's brilliant,
he's amazing, yeah.
and so tell us about the movie.
So I wrote it probably about 5 years ago, and it's basically, I thought it was a sort of anti-romantic, very, very dark comedy, but it actually turns out it's sort of become something else. It's kind of about a sad, slightly angry nihilist who happens to be a woman and a mother and a bit of a confused feminist. So it's very timely, like it feels very much about some of the stuff that's going on in terms of gender politics at the moment.
So, what's it like to act and direct yourself and write all at the same time?
It's like some sort of psychosis. Like I can't really explain what it does to your brain. But it's like compartmentalizing into the extreme. What's amazing is I cared so much less about my performance because I just wanted to move on to other people. So we'll see how that fares. But I love the directing. I would definitely do it. I would love to make a career out of it more seriously, but I wouldn't be in it myself.
And have you directed any of the episodes of like Doctor Who that you were in? Or,
No, I didn't, no.
And so was this your first time behind the camera? Or?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
And you were pregnant.
And I was pregnant.
And you wrote it.
And I wrote it.
And that's a lot.
So,
Wow, let's give her a hand. So it's called Rare Beasts.
Rare Beasts, yeah.
And so you're in post-production?
Yeah, we go into our sound mix next week and we finish up the grade and then, we start, going out and taking it out on the town.
So what's it like watching your performance back and trying to edit it?
That's been really easy for me. I haven't really minded that. It's harder to sort of edit narrative, I think, because I love performances and I love acting and I feel really well versed in that. But just sort of piecing a story together is a totally different challenge. So, but I've relished it, yeah.
It's so cool.
I know, I'm so happy.
Well, enough of that. Enough of me to ask questions. Where's the mic? Where's the mic? There we go. Let's go to the audience. What's your name?
Courtney.
What's your question?
What inspired you to audition for the role of Rose Tyler?
and I thought she was awesome, and it was a relief to sort of see a female companion who sort of had some like meat in her story. You know, she had somewhere to go. It didn't feel like she was just there to assist the guy. So that was really appealing to me, and she just felt so normal and extraordinary at the same time. So I went in and auditioned, yeah, and it was very, very simple, basic, you know, common sort of audition process. And me, I'm terrified.
It was so good because being older, a lot older probably than a lot of you guys, I grew up watching the old Doctor Who as a teenager on public television here in the States. And so I was so excited when you debuted with Chris Eccleston.
Oh, great.
And I was like, oh, this is going to be really interesting because there's a whole mythology, there's a whole background. It's so deep. How are they going to get people into the show? And I think using Rose, I thought that was so brilliant.
Really?
You know, and it totally worked. So anyway.
Thank you.
Sorry, I just geeked out. Next question.
Hi, I'm Michaela, and I was wondering what your favorite role that you've ever played is.
Oh, it's really hard because I love them all, which is why I want to do them. But I think my most enjoyable acting experience has been a play I did recently called Yerma, which was, I don't know, it's just in terms of like an acting role, it couldn't have been more satisfying. And we had a real laugh doing it, even though the story is so tragic. And we travelled and we went to New York with it, and I don't know, it was so wild. I had the best time. I love Rose too, but it's just in terms of an acting experience that I think that was possibly the best.
And I haven't seen it, but I read some of the reviews when I was prepping for the panel, and they're astounding. I mean, everyone loved you in Verma. And I was wondering, is there a common thread to like the roles that you select?
I think they're always quite challenged and challenging women. That's the only thing I'm ever drawn to is a truthful portrayal of a female, because there are so many female myths in characters on screen and TV and stuff up until recently that, you know, the hunger for a very honest portrayal of a woman is just my biggest quest, really. And that means seeing women in every shade, not just like, you know, I don't know, whatever. It means seeing us angry and vulgar and nurturing and hilarious and everything that we have going for us. That's what appeals to me.
Next question.
Hi, my name is Kimber, and speaking of vulgar...
You look great.
Thank you.
You don't look vulgar, you look great.
Thank you. But speaking of vulgar, my question is actually about Penny Dreadful, which was an incredible role. I wanted to ask, how did you approach the transition from Doctor Who and what was in between to a role that was so different and do it so well?
Oh, thank you. I guess it's all, to be honest, a lot of it is in the writing that does so much work for you. And I guess I had like 7 or 8 years in between those two jobs. So I was a totally different person when I made Penny Dreadful. I'd had children and, you know, I'd been through so much more. I didn't feel like a kid remotely. So I guess that informed everything I did with the character. Thank you.
Next question.
Hi, my name is Joe, and I also have kind of a transition question. Was it difficult to move from being Top of the Pops pop star into being an actress?
Not really, because it's all acting, really. And also, I really only ever wanted to be an actress. So for me, it was just, I just suddenly felt like I was doing exactly what I wanted to do. So it was a welcome change. Thank you.
Hi, I wanted to ask, how old were you when you got your first acting part and what did you play?
So I think my first professional acting job was when I was maybe 19, and it was in something called The Canterbury Tales, which is an adaptation, or was an adaptation of Chaucer's Canterbury Tales, and that was for the BBC. Yeah, it was quite naughty, that show. I mean, the stories are quite naughty. It's Chaucer, it's very saucy.
My question for you is, what was your favorite part of being Rose Tyler, or in the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who, what was your favorite part of that?
But just being, it was awesome being involved in that. I mean, I would have been so upset if I hadn't been asked back for that. And it was awesome because, two reasons really. I got to witness 3 doctors together. So 3 incredible actors on set, being brilliant and giving their own interpretation of the Doctor, which is so special, you know. And also, what felt really good about it was that it felt so purpose-built for fans. It felt like a real gift for fans, like a present. And that was really satisfying.
My question for you is, with being in Doctor Who, you're in such a geeked out, nerd out fandom.
Yeah.
What makes you geek out or fan out or nerd out?
Oh my God.
This guy's stealing all my questions.
Oh no! I don't know, musicians, I guess. I just watched the Beyonce Homecoming thing yesterday on Netflix, which is mind-blowing, and I felt so found out at the end of that. I was crying and felt hysterical, and I wanted to change the world having seen it, and I felt so inspired by her, and I just felt like I would be a mess if I met Beyonce. And there are other musicians as well. Usually, it's always musicians for me, they're sort of, next level. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ben Wallace. My question for you is, if you could go back in time and change one thing that's personally important to you, like how a rose could have saved your dad, would you, and why or why not?
I mean, that is very personal. That could be very personal, potentially. I mean, there are so many historical events that you wish you could change, but on a more personal note. I don't know, I guess I'd go back in time to when I was a kid and maybe, made some better choices in the family, just things you wish you'd never done or said, or, certain behaviours that you wish you'd, just never sort of taken out on your mum and dad or whatever, just stuff like that.
Any advice you'd give to a young Billie Piper? Early teenage Billie Piper?
Yeah, just slow down. Just slow down, because it's all gonna happen. But it's advice I give to myself now, which is just try and just feel everything that's happening. happening to you. I found that really hard. That's a real challenge for me. I'm like, let's just keep going. Which is why, the world of mindfulness and all of that stuff is really, really important, genuinely important.
Next question.
Exterminate.
Can everyone see this? What a great outfit.
My name is Sophia, and I'd like to ask, how many doctors out of all 13 have you met?
Hang on. 5? It's not that bad. It's not that good, is it? 5.
That's pretty good. And this show's been on since 1963.
6.
That's pretty great. That's pretty great.
And I feel like I'm imagining that I've met one of them. But anyway, let's say 6. Sylvester.
Which do you remember all the names of all 6? Or am I going to get in trouble here?
I'm just worried that I'm going to confuse having met one in a dream.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Let's just move on.
Moving on. Next question.
Hi, my name is Scotty, and
Hi.
I was wondering what was your favorite villain or character when you were starring in Doctor Who?
Sorry, say that again.
Who was your favorite character or villain in Doctor Who?
Oh God. I love Cassandra, that was fun. Who else? What else did I really like?
There's a lot to choose from.
There's a lot, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think Cassandra was it. Well, I really like the Christmas invasion. I forget the character. I forget the name. What is it? Sikra. Is that right? Thank you, guys. I know I can always rely on you for the facts.
Next
Thank
question.
you.
Hi, I'm Tabby, and my question is, what was it like working with David Tennant?
It was, it's amazing. He's amazing. He's a fantastic actor. He's also a really, really good, down-to-earth guy. He's really hyper, but that's good for me. I get lethargic, but he's just wired all the time, which I'm sure you can tell.
Next question.
Hi, my name is Charlie. And
Hi, Charlie.
And I was wondering was it fun working on Doctor Who?
Yeah, it was really, really, really good fun. And it was our life for like 2 whole years in the filming of it. And it was a genuinely joyous experience. And I've never enjoyed a production team more, especially. In fact, I'm working with one of the producers on Doctor Who on my own show now.
Did you expect all these years later to still be talking about Doctor Who?
No, I didn't. It's so crazy, isn't it? And it's so rare, I think, that you would take on an acting job and then kind of talk about it for the rest of your life. At great detail, not even in passing, in this capacity.
Yeah, but I think that goes to the strength of your performance. I think it goes to the strength of all the performers and the strength of the material. And I just remember when it came out, and I was like, how am I going to watch this? This is out in the UK, and I might have forgotten some way in here, like probably a lot of you. And then finally it started coming out more consistently. it just blew up. And I think a lot of that is about
So
those
big
first
in
ones.
America as well.
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize, but it's genuinely big here.
Yes. Oh yeah.
It's
It is so
amazing
very
to me
British.
that it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you like that about it? That it's maybe that's some of the appeal.
Yeah. The sort of
Britishness.
there's the wacky sort of Britishness
Yeah,
of it,
yeah,
and then the dry
Yeah.
humor.
Yeah.
Love the dry humor. Anyway, next question.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie, and my question is, what's your weirdest or craziest fan experience?
Oh God, I don't know. I've definitely had one guy try and snog me. Yeah, like with tongues and everything. Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of weird.
What's your best fan?
No, move on. No, it's a bit dangerous. Okay. I don't know. Like it's all very generous and also, it's so spirited and lovely. I never had a bad experience with Doctor Who fans. That guy was obviously out of his mind. He kind of misjudged the situation. But he was an exception.
Next question.
Hi, I'm Rachel. Hello. I was wondering, you've gotten to work with a lot of people acting over the years, and there have been some really awesome people. And I was just wondering what maybe some of your favorite, like, off-screen or backstage interactions that you get to have with all these people are.
Well, I'm really tight with Matt Smith. He's like one of my bestest real friends. And he's also my boyfriend's best friend, so he's also the godfather to our new baby. So we have many great off-screen experiences. We've shared a lot of time and life stuff, personal stuff. He's that's sort of a big deep world of stuff there, which is great. I'm very lucky. Thank you. Hi.
Have you had any acting with animals on scene?
Any problems with animals?
Yeah.
Acting with them?
Yeah.
In my own film? Stupidly. In my own film, I've got a pigeon scene. Yeah, so in my own film, in my first time of directing, I've got animals and children, which are like the two no-goes in filming. We also had a cat, which didn't make the final edit, unsurprisingly. God, yeah. Very challenging.
Will that be on the DVD extras for Rare Beasts?
I don't know, because it feels, the cat seems so unhappy. I just didn't want it to feature.
It's awful. Oh.
I had to do this moment where I scare the cat away from a pigeon, because the boy in the film has a great passion for birds, and he feels like this cat's going to kill the bird, and I had to shoot the cat, but I did it in a way that terrified this cat. I mean, terrified. I'm sorry. tricky cats, you know, they don't cooperate.
Well, here's
Oh, Tiger.
next question.
My name is Sophie, and if you could have a job other than acting, what would it be?
Dancing, maybe, or upholsterer.
Do you kiss upholstery?
I am obsessed with like fabric. It's and so is my little girl. It's proving like I just show her fabrics and she's like, I don't know, maybe it's the patterns, who knows. Anyway, it's
Is this online or do you have swatches?
no, I have
How deep does this
swatches.
go?
I collect vintage fabric.
Wow.
Yeah, so I long to be able to make my own curtains and upholster my own chairs. And it's so expensive to do. It's so expensive to buy curtains. So I'm actually very seriously thinking about next year taking 6 months off and doing upholstery / curtain making
Oh, that'd be cool.
class.
King Los Angeles famously went to Italy and learned how to make shoes for like a year, I think.
Yeah, but that was for a job. Like, I'm not doing it for like acting research. This is my next profession.
Yeah. We'll all be buying.
Chairs made by me.
Yeah. What's your so the antique swatches?
Yeah.
So is there like a company that you like, or is it just?
Well, I really love this brand called House of Hackney, which is not vintage, but it feels incredibly vintage and really decorative, really loud prints. Guys, you're so cool t-shirt.
But this is the answer to the question. It's
Yeah.
what you geek out about.
Yeah, I was going to say earlier that one of my geek outs is about fabric, but then I refined my answer.
Who loves that she loves fabric? Okay, enough about fabric. Next question.
Hi.
My question is, in all the series you've done, how much input do you get about your character's trajectory?
Well, I feel like with Rose and with Penny Dreadful, I knew what was going to happen, but I didn't know, how those scenes would be written. And I think once I'd done a few scenes in the character, both the writers Russell and then John Logan started writing more for, my interpretation of the character. But I've always been lucky to know what was going to happen. Like, I knew that Verona Croft would become the Bride of Frankenstein. Like, that was a real clincher for me. Yeah. Thank you.
Next question.
You've had a really lovely theater career, and with you now transitioning to writing and directing films, I wanted to know how your theater career has maybe influenced that.
How it's influenced? It has influenced it a lot. Because I think you sort of devour the literature, the text, and the narrative, and I feel like that really preps you for, certainly work as a director. You're sort of forensic when you do plays about the text. It's really good. I think if you want to be an actor, the theatre is where you train. You've got to do your time in theatre. It's the best place to learn about about the craft. Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if you've been able to pull over any pranks while you were on set with Doctor Who.
You did what?
If you were able to prank any of the actors.
Did we prank? I can't actually remember whether we were heavily pranking, just because the schedule was so tight. I would definitely wind David up, but that was in a sort of day-to-day little sister nagging sort of vibe, yeah. But yeah, I didn't do anything, outrageous. Sorry. I did steal things from the set.
What's the most memorable thing that you stole?
I stole one of the Slithine's rings, Margaret's ring, and I stole loads of stuff from the TARDIS. Like loads of bric-a-brac that sort of sat on the console. Yeah.
And where is that stuff now?
It's in a drawer of mine. Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's a sort of rainy day drawer, when I really I'll sell this one day.
Retirement fund.
Hi, I'm Teresa.
Hi.
I enjoyed you in Mansfield Park.
No one ever cares about Mansfield Park.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
So I was wondering what one of your favorite Jane Austen books, and what movie you might like to be in if you could do another.
Pride and Prejudice is obviously, it's been done so many times though, that's the issue. And it was done by Joe Wright so well. It was beautiful. So I don't know, with the Jane Austen, I feel like it needs to be left alone for a while because it's been, certainly in the UK, it's been done so many times. But there's always something so soothing about watching an adaptation of a Jane Austen thing. I don't know what that is, it just feels like a more simple time where people were genuinely falling in love and it all took so long and we would get so excited by someone's neck, you know what I mean? Like, it's the sort of beautiful simplicity and the details of that time. So I'm with you, I really, really swoon for that sort of story. Thank you.
Hi. My name is Callie.
Hi.
I was wondering, other than Matt Smith, are there any of your former coworkers that you still stay in contact with?
Yeah, loads of them. Who else do I see regularly? Lily James, I see, because they're a couple, so, and also she's absolutely awesome, and she's in my film, she's in my new film. So, yeah, we share a great deal of time with those guys. Who else do I see? And I don't know, there's, I always see David around, because we've both got kids, that's harder and harder. Harry Treadaway, we see a lot, who plays Frankenstein, and yeah, we see him. Lots of actors live in North London, so we see people a lot, sort of casually in pubs and stuff.
So I think this is our last question.
Oh yeah, you got 13 seconds, go.
10.
Since Christopher Eccleston, Karen Gillian, and David Tennant, they've all been like the Marvel Cinematic Universe in some form or another. Are you ever going to do that?
Well, I always said no, because I don't know. I really love human domestic stories. But I feel, and I've always sort of worried about the female roles in those movies, but actually I can't really argue with them anymore. They're kind of getting better. I mean, they're still a bit of like, oh, give me a break. But they are better.
That's true.
So, I would be so lucky, I guess, to be in a sort of Marvel-related. It'd be great to play a really bad character.
You heard it here first. Billie
That would be
Piper wants to
awesome
play
because then I
Baby
feel
Jane.
like you could be, you know, just naughty and wild.
That'd be a fun one. Well, thank you all so much. Everyone, maybe thank Billie Piper.
We have a little boy over there, his name's Patrick, and he wanted me to ask this question to the audience while you're on stage, if you're okay. Knock, knock. Doctor. Everybody give it up for Billie